Most of us access our money through checking and savings accounts, but a third option is gaining traction. Prepaid debit cards are like gift cards. After loading money on them, users can make purchases in stores or online or withdraw cash from ATMs. Seems simple enough, but there's an important caveat. These cards often come with big fees, and they're not subject to most consumer protection regulations. That worries my next guest. Barbara Anthony is the Undersecretary of the Office of Consumer Affairs and Business Regulation. Welcome back to Greater Boston.
Thank you, Emily. It's great to be back always.
So these things are...
you got one.
Yeah, they're offered from legitimate organizations. Right. It's not like they're...
Right. Yeah, so, no, it's a real thing. It works.
And they're allowed to charge a fee, but right. I mean, these things, it comes with a risk. So what's wrong with paying a fee?
Well, this is the thing. So our office did a survey. These cards are enormously popular, particularly among young people. Yeah. The fees we found range from there was something like 14 different fees on one particular card. There's a purchase fee when you buy it, maybe $10, maybe $15. Then there's a monthly.
No matter how much you put on it.
No matter how much you put on it. Then there's a monthly fee. Then there's a fee each time you use the card. Then there's a balance inquiry fee. One card had a fee for canceling the card. If you have to have the card replaced, that's a fee, and so on. The fees can range anywhere from $35 to $50 a month, depending on how often you use the card. So you're talking several $100s a year in fees. So, look, they are money makers for the institutions that provide these cards. The problem that I see with them is this: they're very convenient. You put your money on it, you carry it around. You don't have to open a bank account. You don't have to have a relationship with a bank. But that's the downside. What it does is this: it doesn't do anything for your credit rating.
Yeah, that's true.
First of all, you're paying to use your own money. Yeah. Every time you pay a fee to use a prepaid card, you're paying the bank or the financial services company that you got this from to use your money. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
So we have a graphic that shows the incredible range of fees, as you were saying. I mean, how do they justify that? How do the banks
Well, they don't have to justify it. The thing is, these are unregulated, okay? They don't, first of all, there's no law that prohibits it. You don't have to use a prepaid card. Right. In Massachusetts, for example, we do have over 100 state banks that participate in something called basic banking. Go to basicbanking.org. You can get for $3 a month a basic checking account that includes a debit card. You're entitled to up to 15 withdrawals plus at least 8 free checks. So for $36 a year, you can have a lot of the same conveniences that you get with this little character.
What about if you have completely destroyed your credit, or worse, you have some criminal activity? You can't open a bank account.
Well, that's a problem. I mean, in that case, you may have to use a prepaid card if you're unable to establish a banking relationship because of prior activity that the bank may not feel that you are a secure person to do business with. So the thing you have to do then is clean up your record. I mean, you've got to clean up the act. It can take a while, but you've got to clean up your credit history and then go back again. But what I'm saying to young people is this: don't rely on these. If you're going to have one and pay the fees, that's up to you. But get yourself a basic banking account. Establish a relationship with a financial institution. Get yourself a credit card. Don't misuse it. But you need to establish. We're a credit economy. I mean, we don't walk around with wads of dollars in our pockets. Or it's an underground economy that operates just solely on cash. So, like it or not, overuse of these cards isn't really doing anything for your credit rating. It isn't really doing anything for your situation when you may need credit. And you're paying. I just want to keep emphasizing this. It's your money. You're paying to use your own money. Why? Because it's not prohibited. I mean, these institutions can charge this.
It's very much like a check cashing establishment.
Well, in a way, it is like, and we know that we've done studies comparing check cashers. We actually, we compared this to basic banking. Again, several $100s a year. Basic banking in Massachusetts, $36 a year. I think that a lot of people feel that they don't want to establish a relationship with a bank.
I don't blame them for that.
Yeah. But the problem is this, banks have fees, but there's a lot of banks. You can walk with your feet. You can shop around, go to a bank with lower fees. But the problem is this: you can stay away from banks, but when you need credit, and we all need an auto loan, you can buy a house, whatever. What are you going to do? You cannot rely simply on cash. So it's very short-sighted to rely simply on prepaid cards.
All right, Barbara Anthony, good advice as always.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks
Very
for coming.
kind.